decided to do a little cool recap of a fun little trip that I got to take to Tallahassee last weekend to see some of the baddest guys in the game. Colton, Thomas, Joey, Eric, and Anthony, also known as Midnight Red. For those of you who don't know who Midnight Red is, which is probably nearly impossible right now since y'all always see me retweeting their tweets and all that kind of shit, but they're the newest American boy band. But I got the opportunity to get to meet them over the weekend, so I just want to tell you a little bit about the trip. Hopefully through this you guys can share some of the emotions and everything that I felt, because it was definitely a motherfucking roller coaster, let me tell you that. A bitch was all shook up like Elvis Presley, but let me just hop right into it and tell you all the deets. Currently, I live about 2 hours away from Tallahassee, which is where the concert was, so I told myself I'm just gonna leave about 3.5 hours in advance to make sure that I had enough time to get there and meet up with Cassie, who was another fellow redhead that I was sitting with. I was making such good traveling time, and even though I was flying down the highway, it was raining, all that kind of shit, I was making it. Tell me why, please tell me why, about 0.5 miles away from the exit that I needed to get out of. I mean, I could see the exit sign right there, I could see the lane veering off. There was motherfucking dead stop traffic. I'm talking about nobody was moving for a good 5 minutes, not even an inch. Of course, being the person that I am, I'd had to have my terrible dramatic motherfucking meltdown on the side of the highway in front of everyone like motherfucking Beyonce and Obsessed. To top it motherfucking all off, my dearest car, Betsy, decided that her ass wanted to motherfucking overheat on the motherfucking highway, and I was not having that shit. I tell y'all, I was doing anything and everything to get out of this traffic jam, to the point where I was doing some illegal ass shit. I'm talking about running over medians, cutting people off. An hour and a half passes and I finally get onto the main road that I need to get to. Hairspray in one hand, trying to get the faux hawk already and trying to pull up my skinny jeans in the other, on 70 miles per hour in the 35-mile zone. I had their music blasting in my car, but the only thing that I could hear, when every time there's a slow motion thing in a sequence in a movie, coming from someone that hasn't exercised in about 3 months, let me tell you, I should have been a motherfucking qualifying Olympian at that bitch. After I get my little wristband and shit, I see Cassie and I run up and give her a good hug. We also met up with Chandra and Amber, who drove from the motherfucking Carolinas. That's like 12 hours away to come to this concert. And then these girls told me the worst news ever, that I missed the meet and greet. I almost died right then and there, like collapsed on the floor, heart attack like motherfucking Trey Songz. Although it wasn't the end of the world, I just felt like I was robbed of a chance of something that may not happen ever again. Who knows what tomorrow was gonna bring, so I was very sad. We got our seats and we decided to watch this show. This shit was a hot ass mess. First of all, this big ass arena that we were in, and it was probably about 30% occupied. The OMG girls and Diggy Simmons were also performing, so we had all these little tween girls running around with motherfucking Claire's pink, blue, and purple extensions in their hair and motherfucking tutus. I thought I was in the motherfucking circus. Yeah, Ludacris's daughter, I guess her name is Karma Bridges, decided she was gonna debut her new single. She needs to go stick to letting her dad making money and her just being a little kid, because that song was not cute. They decided they were gonna have a motherfucking spelling bee at this event. Who decides to have a spelling bee at a concert? Who does that? These random ass dance contests that were just stalling and stalling. Finally, the time came to where Midnight Red came to the stage. Now, real talk, when they started their set, first of all, we need to get in touch with tech, because they don't know how to turn on songs, so the guys were just standing there all awkwardly.
DJ man, how you guys feeling?
There are only 4 of us redheads, so we decided we were just gonna run up to the stage and, start the party. As soon as they started dancing, all those little girls, all their panties just dropped. They were in heaven. So here's some footage from the show. So yeah, it's pretty accurate that Midnight Red literally slayed every single other artist at that event. We ran into Big Bert and I literally proclaimed to this man, I was like, listen sir, I need to meet them. This is like a life or death situation. He was like,
I'll see what I can do, I'll see what I can do.
Sure enough, 20 minutes later, I look to the left and I see Midnight Red just walking all suave and sophisticated. I gave all the guys hugs, had a little conversation with Colton, who is the most motherfucking down-to-earth dude in the whole world. Took some pictures. Unfortunately, because there are so many of those little girls, they had to bounce out, and I didn't get to really say much after that, but I just wanted to let the guys know that that was probably one of the best nights I've had in a long time. They gave a hell of a show. I can't wait till when I eventually move out to LA and I'll be able to see them more often. Think you love One Direction, if you think you love The Wanted, just wait and see. These guys are going to kill the game. For all my redheads out there, make sure you guys share and retweet this video. I want the guys to see, just so they can see how appreciative I was for them to take the time out to make sure that they got to at least say hi to me. With that being said, I hope you guys are having an awesome and amazing August. Holla!